I'm always on the lookout for new microphone options for the cameras that I use to make these types of videos, as well as vlogs for my other channel. I actually made a video not too long ago about this little microphone. It's the Comica CVM-V03. Kind of like the Rode Video Micro. I've actually been using this a lot whenever I'm using a second camera, and it's been working out really well for me. So when this little package showed up the other day, I figured I'd definitely go ahead and give it a shot. I say when it showed up because I actually had no idea that this was coming. Not complaining. But this is the Comica CVM-V03, and it's a lavalier microphone. Now I'll go ahead and show it up here on the screen, but some of the specifications about this, it's got an omnidirectional polar pattern, SPL is greater than 134 decibels, dynamic range of 114 decibels, signal to noise ratio of 74, and it does take a battery. It actually takes a CR2032 watch battery. So I guess without any further ado, let's get this opened up. Let's see what comes in the package. Let's see what all it can be used for, because this is a lavalier microphone, but it's not just a lavalier for your camera. As you can see here, it also works with smartphones and with the GoPro. Although I think this is not with the GoPro Hero 5 by default, but with the adapter it might work with that too. The adapter this comes with is for the older GoPros, the Hero 4, 3, so on and so forth. So inside of the box, bunch of stuff fell out of the bottom here. So there's a little warranty card, user manual, and a carrying pouch. And then in the main section, of course, you've got that CR2032 battery I mentioned, the lavalier microphone itself, which, as you can probably tell, has a pretty significantly long cord. You've also got a smartphone adapter, so you take the 3.5mm from this you'd normally plug into your camera, put it in here, plug this into your phone, and there's even that 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch, the much larger plug, and what appears to be a little wind muff. Isn't that cute? Now, interestingly enough, looking at the listing over on Amazon, I thought this was going to come with an adapter for a GoPro. Apparently it does not. Not complaining because I don't actually have that older GoPro, but if you were expecting it to come with one, it may not. Just go ahead and throw that out there. I'm uncoiling this just to see how long it is, and it just keeps going. All right, and it also does come with this little coiling board. It's a piece of silicone that you wrap the cord around and hold it in place, and then you've just got a mess of wire. And just stretching this out, it actually goes almost the length of this room, so it's like 15 or 16 feet long, which is just a little bit ridiculous. And between the actual lavalier clip, which by the way has this windscreen already attached to it, but you should be able to remove that and replace it with the fuzzy one if you would rather use that. But there's about 1 meter, about 3.5 feet between the microphone and its clip and the little control mechanism, and then an additional 12 feet or so of just cable and cable and cable and cable, which I'll be wrapping up immediately. Now, one of my big concerns with having an ultra long cable like this, for one, is just having it tangle up everywhere and be all over the place, but two, and kind of more importantly in my opinion, is there's always that possibility of interference. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get all this wrapped back up. We'll give it a try wrapped up in this position. I'll leave like a foot or two of cable out so that it can reach across to the camera. There we go, that'll do. And I completely forgot to mention there, to install the battery here, you just pop this little section out. It has a little plus on the inside, so you're gonna put the battery in, plus side facing there, and then slide it back in. And you've got a little clip on here where you can clip it to your belt or to pocket or whatever else you want to clip it to. Then on the front of this, you've got off, on, and plus 10 dB. So in theory, if you put it in the middle section there, you're going to get a plus 10 dB signal boost, and then on doesn't give you the boost. And as you can probably see there, the power LED is green, so we are ready to go with it. So to start things off, to make this kind of fair so you can see what kind of a difference it makes, I'm going to get rid of the audio that I'm using right now. So here's a quick test of the audio from the built-in microphone on my camera. I'm using the Sony a6300 set to the default level. This is level 26, so just giving you this as a point of reference. I did have to move a little bit because I've already done a little bit of testing with this lavalier microphone, and as I kind of feared, there are some shielding issues. But now that we've moved away from the signal interference issues, let's try this out. So here's a quick test using the Comica CVM-V03 lavalier microphone. As I said before, I did some earlier tests over at my normal setup, and something over there is interfering with it. Not surprised, it's not the first time this has happened. But I think now that I've moved away from all of that interference and whatnot, the background noise is not as prevalent. So I'll give you a little bit of silence just to see if there's anything there. And I've gone ahead and turned on that 10 decibel pad, so I was able to turn the audio in the camera down to 7, whereas without a microphone at all, I had it set to 26. And actually, when I had this first turned on, I forgot to mention I had it set to 12. So it was a difference between 12 to 7 to get about the same audio level as you're hearing right now. And this 10 decibel pad is probably eating up more of the battery of the microphone. But I just thought that I would give you a little sample as to what it sounds like, and actually I can probably change it on the fly. So this is what it sounds like with 10 decibels on, and this is what it sounds like when I turn it off. We'll turn it back on and I'll continue talking, and now I'm going to turn it off, and now I'm going to keep talking. And now we're back to that 10 decibel pad, and hopefully nothing messed up along the way. And for another point of comparison, this is video from the front-facing camera on my Galaxy S8 phone, just using the built-in audio. I haven't plugged in the cable with the adapter on it yet. And I just started recording with the cable plugged in. It said recording through headset, so in theory, it should be recording using this microphone now. I don't have the decibel pad turned on, but I'll go ahead and turn that on while we're doing this. So now I should have a 10 decibel pad, which should make it a little bit louder. And now I've gone ahead and turned it back off. We'll just see what this sounds like. Let me know. And we're back on the main camera, back to volume level 12, not using the 10 decibel pad, and it's probably about time to go ahead and wrap things up. This microphone retails for less than 25 bucks over on Amazon. For that price, I'm a bit mixed in terms of my opinion. It's very similar to an Audio-Technica microphone I used in the past, and I'll link that one down below as well. I think it used little cell batteries though, and not a watch battery, so this watch battery may be a little easier to come by. But as with the other Comica microphone that I've tested, the wire is just not shielded properly, which means that if you get around any sort of interference, you're going to have background noises, you're going to have ticking and buzzing and hissing, and I'm just not a fan of that. So it's going to be really hard for me to recommend this one, but I do appreciate having the opportunity to have tried it out. And again, as long as you are away from sources of interference, it should be all right. Also, not a huge fan of having all of this additional cable. If I've got a lavalier microphone, I would rather have between, let's say, 5 to 7 feet of cord, so like 2 meters, 3 meters max. Having an entire room to stretch, it's not for me, but I know it's designed for the maximum number of people possible, so there's that. But again, that's where I'm gonna wrap this video up. I think the audio quality was pretty decent. I haven't listened to it at length with headphones or anything though, so if you are more of an audiophile, let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. I'll put links where you can find it, and if you like this video, do make sure to hit that like button down below. Hit the dislike if you didn't like it, that's perfectly fine by me too. And if you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified whenever I do put out new videos. There's also a notification bell that you can ting so that you do actually get notifications on your phone or your laptop or desktop or wherever you'd like to get those notifications. And my phone is ringing, so I better go. I'll thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.